Hi, I'm Tenji, and I have a 5-minute work hack for you on those days when you're getting lots just landing on your plate and you need to prioritize and maybe even push back against some of it. Working from home, everyone knows we're working longer hours, more intense days, and this will help you to just quickly triage any task that comes across your desk to figure out, do I really need to do this and how important is it? Question number one that you need to ask yourself is, what is the desired result? i.e., what's the end game? Who is this going to? What is it going to be used for? What decision are they trying to make using this information? If it's for a document, if it's a document that's being asked for, and who is the audience? That context will help you to understand the ask. Sometimes asks come vague. They come with many assumptions that the work is easy to do, that it is necessary to do for the answer or the decision that is trying to be made. And often you will hold more information than the person asking you about what is feasible and whether this is a necessary input. Tasks can also come to you very piecemeal and very detailed. It might be an over-specific request that may result in you being unaware that there is something else that is already existing off the shelf that could be used to get to the same outcome. So that's number one. Number two that you need to ask yourself is it a key priority? And your priorities are defined by the strategic priorities that have been set for your division or team or organization, and not according to what is most urgent and time sensitive, and not according to what is the biggest thing on your boss's mind, unless the biggest thing on your boss's mind is highly strategic and therefore filters down for your team, right? Now, it's important to always think about the drivers of value, because at the end of the day, many tasks come across our way, but we're responsible for delivering and ensuring value is met. And so take the task and ask, how does it help me to deliver more value, or my organization or my team to deliver more value for the wider organization? And if it does not meet that criteria, push back, hands down, every single time. Number three, when is the output needed versus desires? What can happen is someone making an ask might add an additional buffer because they're not sure if you're going to get it to them on time. They might add in a bit of time because they'd like to see it and maybe mull over it and see how it feels in their bones. It's very important for you to understand when is it going to be used and to work backwards from there. And often with the person making the ask, you can actually calibrate the expectations they have. So would it be acceptable to you, boss, for example, if I was to send you this thing on Tuesday, given that your meeting is on Wednesday or on Thursday, even though you're asking me for this a week in advance already? Your boss might say, absolutely, I trust you. Send it to me on Wednesday night. But you, overachieving gymnastics performing self, might want to automatically assume that if your boss has asked for something, they need it ASAP. That's not always the case, and it's really important to clarify. And don't be afraid of seeming like you are not going to deliver, or like, you're trying to push back. Your boss doesn't care. All they want is the output, and the output in the way that they'd like it. And that is helpful and useful for them. Number four is, does it need to be done by me? Asking this question is really great because it makes you creative. You start asking yourself, is there something else off the shelf that I can actually use to deliver against this? Is there someone else in the organization who's better placed to do this than me, who could do it faster and more efficiently or effectively than I can? Can I outsource this, right? So asking those 4 questions really helps you to either eliminate unnecessary tasks or identify the best way to process through a task. And remember that you have the power to decide, how does it get done? When does it get done? All by managing expectations and being very clear on the ask. So let's recap. 4 questions you can ask before you immediately absorb a task. Number 1, what is the end game? Who is the final stakeholder, and what is the desired result? And what therefore is the best input for it? Number 2, is it a key priority according to the strategic objectives of my team? Number 3, when is the output actually needed, i.e. going to be used versus desired? And number 4, does it need to be done by me? Good luck.